So here is Dr. Debasish Roy from Center of Neuroscience, very much in IISc. So he has been working on innovations in the adipose tissue. So if you think about it, innovations are everywhere in the sense neurons control everything, every organ, but it controls adipose tissue as well. So I'll ask Professor Debashish about how it innovates in the adipose tissue.
Yeah, first of all, thanks, Nikhil, for the introduction and also giving me this opportunity to share some of our work. So, adipose innervation is actually not a very recent thing. It's has been discovered 100 years back, right? But the gaining interest is this tissue, which is we all know is metabolically super important in different diseases, including type 2 diabetes and obesity. This is highly innervated by the spinal neurons, which are coming down from different regions of the spinal cord, and we call it as somatosensory neurons because these allow us to sense different types of things in our body and also outside of our body, for example pain, temperature, etc. So what we have seen recently is that these neurons are innervating the visceral adipose tissue and also the subcutaneous adipose tissue. So as of now, that's what we know about the innervation, and it seems to have some you know functional relevance when it comes to adipose function.
So when you say about this, what is the difference between innovations and the brown fat versus the white fat?
So first of all, brown fat, if you think in human beings, brown fat is in and around the neck and the back of the body. So the structurally, the sensory innervation in the brown fat, we know much less as of right now. What we know is about the white fat, which is towards the lower part of the body. But some research is emerging on this area that these neurons may have some impact on the brown fat as well, considering they have firing activities in different parts of the body, also in the upper areas of the body. So, but we don't know clearly what do they do in the brown fat as of now.
So studying these innovations with respect to brown fat and white fat, brown being good, white being bad, can we say that maybe? Would it help an individual to develop more brown fat? Can you can you sort of think a way where you can have less of obese individuals? How can we translate this, what you study, into having more brown fat?
Right. I think it's a very relevant question when it comes to whole body systemic metabolism. And I think it's a question which comes with a lot of unknown answers. That would be my short answer. But I think if we are able to understand, the role of these neurons, for example, they have some impact on proliferating some of the precursor cells, which can become beige fat, let's say in the white adipose tissue. Then they may have some, metabolic significance when it comes to type 2 diabetes or obesity, but specifically triggering a subset of these neurons is a long way to go. So we really don't understand much about the biology at this point. So I think it will take some time, for us to go there. But I envision that if we do understand that they are collectively associated with some of these, functions, then of course, I mean,
I don't know now, I'm just speculating. Let's say 5, 6 years down the line, or maybe 10 years down the line,
yeah,
with Neuralink coming into perspective and things like that. I don't know if you can modulate these adipose tissues. Is that a possibility that you see, or?
I'm a dreamer, so I definitely would say that yes, it's a possibility. Uh, but also keeping my feet well firm into the ground, I think we really need to know the basic biology of these neurons. So, and because the complexity lies in the fact that they are also innervating other organs such as the gut. So, simply targeting one subset uh, would be a little bit hard at this point because, like I said, they are overlapping circuits. So I think the challenge is, to figure this out, detangle the circuit from the gut circuit and also from the adipose to be able to specifically target only one by technology such as, say, Neuralink.
So one last question, maybe completely different from what we are speaking about. How do you think conferences like TreatDM, where we have clinicians, pharma, basic science researchers, and the industry coming to the engineers and the industry coming together, would help for the research that you do at IISc?
I think this is an incredible platform in a way, because most conferences that basic scientists like us, me and you, we tend to hear a lot of science talks, and the perspective from clinical side of things is very hard to accommodate in one conference. So I think in that way, it's a really an enriching experience, uh, mostly from the point of view that what could be translatable. So working in the bench is something, and working, with the clinicians is, I think, a totally different, game-changing experience, especially for basic biologists like such as us. In that way, this platform, this type of platform, which is a unique one in India for TTM, uh, is very encouraging, also for networking, and also in multiple different ways. It's a very motivating sort of an experience.
Thank you very much for your thoughts. Very valuable. Looking forward to discussing more maybe in the next edition.
Sure. Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much. Thanks.